Today we're driving my 10-year-old Tesla from London to Amsterdam. Amsterdam, hailed as one of the greenest cities in the world, famous for its canals, extracurricular activities and forward-thinking attitudes. Why do we go? Well, 5 reasons. Number 1, is it easy to do a zero-emission mission from London to Amsterdam? Number 2, what's the charging infrastructure like? Is it decent? Number 3, what can we learn from the Dutch in terms of electrification and going green? Number 4, how will Fully Charged Live be received in Amsterdam? And number 5, can you get a full English in Amsterdam? And is it decent? Let's go. Go where? I've already come back. Oh, and crucially, how much does it all cost? Wouldn't you like to know? We're going to tell you, so stay tuned. Now, my 10-year-old Tesla Model S has travelled the length and breadth of the UK in search of sustainable stories, and now it was time to go global. Thanks to the Tesla Supercharger network, I knew we'd actually be able to charge for free. Yes, that's right, you heard correctly. Certain Teslas get free supercharging. So we booked our ticket under the channel and hit the road. And if you're worried about charging, don't, because when you get down to Folkestone, there are loads of chargers, not just Tesla superchargers, but other high-speed chargers too, so you can get a nice top.
Can you let me out, please?
Bonjour from Le Shuttle. We made it a little bit earlier than expected. The Eurotunnel, yeah, absolutely brilliant. Really, really simple. In fact, we got there an hour early because they tell you to get there an hour early. And as you go through, they say, would you like to board earlier?
What do you think, Cal?
Let's do it. Let's do it. Straight on, nice and smooth. You drive on to the train. We are literally in a train, in a car, under the tunnel. And yeah, and you're in France before you can say, ooh la la. So the car is now parked. As you can see, there's plenty of leg room, so much better than being on an aeroplane. One of the reasons we decided to drive to Amsterdam is because I just thought it'd be more practical. Zero emission in our electric car. We didn't have to worry faffing getting to airports and going through all that rigmarole. Whereas with this, we can fit Callum, Lewis. Callum, can you confirm or deny if they have toilets on Le Shuttle?
Oh, they very much do. Well, not anymore. I've destroyed them.
Camera gear, myself, and head over to the Fully Charged event in Amsterdam and have a jolly good time, fingers crossed. We're now just outside Bruges, getting a cheeky top up on this lovely Tesla supercharger. However, on our journey to Belgium, we discussed the fact that we'd always wanted to visit Bruges. So we left the car charging and headed into the fairy tale city with 2 things on our minds: canals and beer. What was Bruges like? Bruges was absolutely brilliant, and if you haven't been, I'd highly recommend it. They've made a film about it.
Bruges is a shithole. Bruges is not a shithole.
And we're making a film about it because it's such a gorgeous place. Dating back to the Roman Empire, Bruges is widely regarded as one of the most beautiful and historic cities in Europe, the city centre being a prominent UNESCO World Heritage Site. Apart from its obvious beauty, we were struck by how few cars were navigating the cobbled streets, something which research shows has a direct correlation with the happiness of the city's inhabitants. This, combined with Bruges' numerous green spaces, was a big tick for the city's green credentials. It's only about an hour and a half from Calais, so straight up the coast, lovely road, and chargers all over the place. Pulled over, had a couple of beers, non-alcoholic for me, and a bit of food as well. So yeah, lovely jubbly. And I guess that's another bonus. Like, we're going to Amsterdam, but because we're driving, we can see a spot and stop whenever we want. You can't really do that on an aeroplane unless you've got a parachute. Pretty much ready to go. We've stopped for a quick sandwich, quick toilet break, and we're ready to get back on the road. Yeah, from Bruges to Amsterdam, it is a bit of a schlep. It's about 4 hours, and the lads obviously fell asleep and have a nice snooze in the back, so I just had to sing to myself. But arriving in Amsterdam, it's just an easy place to navigate. We parked up in the hotel. We rolled in with 54 kilometres left in the tank, and despite the 8-hour drive, I even felt pretty fresh thanks to the Tesla autopilot. So we put our heads down, ready for the Fully Charged event the next day. Who are Fully Charged? They run an incredible YouTube channel which explains everything there is to know about electrification, and they do these live shows and you can go and learn about electric cars. You can speak to people. Well, My Energy are always bringing the energy. Their stands are fantastic and they just do brilliant stuff, making your home energy independent. Who else stood out? BYD were there. They had a great stand. They've got some brilliant cars hitting the road in 2024. NIO were there. Bolt were there.
They can then demonstrate an ultra-fast 6-minute charge, fully charged.
Hang on. You brushed over that. 6 minutes. The whole show is brimming with the future. So check it out. Well, it was their first award show as well, so it was nice to be a part of that. Got to have a lovely chat with Robert Llewellyn, the godfather of electrification. Imogen was there as well. We spoke to her about, you know, why events like Fully Charged are important.
Well, they make it 2 in a row. It's Tesla again.
And Tesla just absolutely swept the board when it came to winning those various different awards. 5 awards. Lewis also a big fan. Oh, and they even had Henning Wehn, the German comedian, working his magic on stage, so that was always entertaining. Reasons you should go to Amsterdam? Well, obviously there are so many weird and wonderful shops and pubs and bars, and we went to quite a few of those and explored. But you've got all the canal areas. It's just a beautiful place. The Dutch have done something really well, and that is reclaim land.
It's been said that God created the world, but the Dutch created the Netherlands. With the looming threat of climate change on all of our minds, one issue frequently arises: rising sea levels. This is one area in which the Dutch have quite a CV. For hundreds of years, they've been cleverly damming and pumping out water in order to reclaim flooded land, going from this to this in such a short space of time. Today, around 27% of the Netherlands is actually below sea level, and this area is home to over 60% of the country's population of approximately 17 million people. So their land reclaiming mission may not be over yet. While there's much we can learn from the Dutch, as the rest of the world soon faces the same issue, it should also be noted that they may be the best country to look to when trying to solve other problems caused by global warming. Amsterdam is the capital of the Netherlands and one of the most environmentally sustainable cities in the world. Amsterdam has been sailing its canals with electric boats, and at the same time, public transport, street lighting, public offices and its city hall have also converted to green energy. Today, the bicycle, the city's undisputed symbol, is the most used means of transport in Amsterdam, now counting 500 kilometres of bike paths that cross the city far and wide, and over 65% of trips within the city are made on 2 wheels.
Oh yes, the full English. The main reason we went there. I can confirm the Dutch do a brilliant full English. I can't believe Lewis went for a steak sandwich. Went all the way there and he had a steak sandwich. Oh yeah, he gives himself a little warning when the food's about to go in his mouth.
3, 2, 1.
Has being in an electric car slowed us down on the way here? Not really, because we've only charged when we stopped for food or drink. It's pretty simple.
Is it the greenest way to travel? No, that's always going to be via train. Is it the quickest? Alright, a plane might just pip it, but the electric car is the best of both worlds. Greener than a plane or petrol car, more convenient than a train, allowing us freedom to stop, opening the possibility of adventure and providing room for all the gear our hearts desired. So before commenting that we're a bunch of tofu-loving weirdos, open your mind and crunch the numbers. Speaking of which, I suppose you want to know how much it cost us. Well, get ready to pause if you so choose. So with our free supercharging, our transport clocked in at £275 between the 3 of us. As most EV drivers would be factoring in charging fees, a friend of the channel, Johnny Berry, did the same journey that weekend and reported back that he spent £81 on charging, over around 700 miles. For context, some rough napkin maths would estimate the cost of flying the 3 of us at between £579 to £681. So, well worth it, I reckon.
We're not saying you should drive everywhere, you're just saying you can. The option is there. You don't have to fly to all these places around Europe.
And let's be honest, with airport faff, you're not going to get there that much quicker anyway.
Now the key thing about any long journey in an electric car is to be able to start the day fully charged. So if you're lucky enough to have a home charger, you can start the day fully charged. So if you're looking to do a quick trip to Amsterdam and back, it's very simple in an electric car if you get your planning right. So what other destinations would you like to know more about? Let us know in the comments below and we'll investigate on your behalf.